So Shambhala just happened and Levity threw down So Dirty. I got a couple clips and I want to remake some basses here. So sick. We're going to remake this in Ableton. I'm going to listen to what I have so far. Only thing we don't have is the Young Thug vocals, but we got the basses, we got some drums up here. I also recorded myself making all of this from scratch, and I put that in my Patreon. I will have a new exclusive membership that's about $20 a month, which will get you behind the scenes footage of me making these videos from scratch, whole workflow process. Also, what you'll get is full extended versions of my tutorials that will be coming soon as well. Lots of different types of videos will be showing up. So look in the Patreon, get some exclusive content, and stay tuned so that you guys can keep learning. But we're gonna remake these basses today. This one, and then this yoi. Cool. I'll show you the drums real quick so you can see what's up. We got this kick and clap snare. Cool. Then we got our hi-hat. Nice. Now this first, I believe we're in F harmonic minor. So that's what we have the scale set. We're going from F to E. Those are our notes here. We're using F2 and E2. I'll turn off all the post-processing for now. We're going to get into the patch first. We're doing squares here. I'll turn off the effects as well. Turn off the sub, filter, oscillator beam. So we start with oscillator A, move the way to a position of 5 so you can get the square and put it to -2 octave. Random 0. Level all the way down, LFO goes on the level. Make this shape. Move the middle dot to the left here, curve down a little, add a little silence at the end right here. PD from B is at 32%. Oscillator B turns on. Octave 1, we're doing another square, so it's at 5. Sync is on at 1.01%. Then we add the LFO to the sync knob. Goes up 26%. The levels turned all the way down and randoms turned all the way down. This is used as like the higher frequency that's, being used with the PD from B. This is a loud, kind of abrasive sound, so we need to carve it out with this filter. Cutoff's at 28, resonance 7, drive 5. Add the LFO to the cutoff, go up 50. LFO to the resi, go up 46. LFO to the drive, go up 13%. It's creating this wub. A lot of the high frequencies are being removed. Carving it out. You can even get this cutoff and go higher than 50%. Like that. And you can just choose a spot you like, really. I like this spot here for this wubby. We're now going to add compression to it and turn up the gain, 13. Turn on multiband. Balancing out those frequencies. Splitter goes on, splitter low, high. And then on the highs, we're going to add hyper and phaser. The hyper makes it wide, the phaser makes it move, it also makes it wide. Hyper's at 23% and the LFO goes on it, going up 39%. Adding that width. Phaser goes on at 48%, frequencies at 2262, adding a little bit of movement. Listen with full. So we're just doing like 48% there. This is the basis of the wub. Remember, these presets will be in my Patreon, and you'll be able to get those too as well at a cheaper tier level. The first thing we're going to do is add this compression. Company OTT, copy all these settings, save this. It's really a good minimal OTT. This audio effect rack parallel processing the lows and the highs separately. So this EQ8 is grouped upon itself to make this rack. If you want me to show you how to do that, you have an EQ8 like this, low pass, Command G, go open your chains, get this chain duplicated, Command D, and then we're going to reverse this shape. So go up to the top, and then we can rename these to highs, rename these to lows. Now you have your lows and your highs separate so that we can process them separately. That's what we do here. On the lows, we add this saturator going up 10 dB, 45%. On the highs, we have a saturator doing 3.4 dB, 45%. That's what the low sounds like. You need a fat sub. I turned it down negative 1.8 over here. And then the highs. Turning it up not as much with the saturator, but still getting it pumped. We had this EQ8 and we're pumping up the lows a little bit more, turning it up 4 dB at 35 hertz. And then with number 4, this high shelf, we're going to turn it up 7.5 dB at 445 hertz. Pumping up the jam, pumping up the volume, adding a little bit of reverb, decays at 593, dry and wet's at like 9%, very low. Right there at the end, it'd probably be best if we do a low cut as well. And then G-clip to end it. Just doing default settings and making sure it doesn't go past 0. We'll be measuring with the LUFS as we go. Cool. Nicely done. Fat wub, that starts it off. And then the snare ends it. So I duplicated this call 1 to make this response. If you see here, it's in audio right now because I bounced it. I hit Command B on this and it muted it, deactivated it, and then made this. I then later on made this section, this stretch point, which I'll show you here soon. But response 1, we are going to turn off all the post-processing here. Open up Serum. We have a different patch here. I may have duplicated it and then completely changed it, but we'll just start from scratch. So initialize your preset up here, and we're going to start with 2 sine waves. We're going to turn the sub off, oscillator B off, the filter off, and all the effects. So we start with the sine wave at -2. Look at the note that we're playing. It's F2. PD from B and PD from C are going to be turned on. And then we're going to make this LFO shape. Now you see it's moving here. That is coming from LFO2. See how this is going down? It's activating this to move to the left, which I'm going to show you soon. But first, just set it to 1/16th rate. You're going to turn triplets on and make this shape here. You're going to move PD from B to 31% and PD from C stays at 0. The level's at 24%. Add LFO1 to the level, and then add LFO1 to PD from B. It's going to go up 22%. You're going to turn on oscillator B. It's at +1 octave. Oscillator A is at -2 octave. Oscillator B needs to be turned all the way down on the level, and we'll turn on sync as well. You're starting to hear both of them form together. PD from B is doing a lot. And you'll see here it starts long and then it gets tighter towards the end. LFO2, make this shape that slopes down and put it on 2 bar. Now with this, you right click the dot. So the end dot, you're going to right click it, hit modulate X, LFO bus 1. And then you're going to pick LFOs, LFO2. And then it'll link. Then you're going to move your dot right here and make sure it's, see the squares in the back, there's 2 lines, and then it's right to the left of this line here. That's how we're going to make that movement. We're going to add a filter. We're going to reshape it, and we're going to add the sub. Sub -2, levels at 5%, and add the LFO going up 80%. So now the sub is matching the movement. The filter's carving out frequencies. Cutoffs at 20 hertz, resonance at 7%, drive 5%. Add the LFO1 to the cutoff, going up 56. Also add it to the resonance, going up 46. And add it to the drive, going up 13%, which will make a huge difference. Resonance is helping too, giving that little wubby. That's awesome. In the effects section, we're going to use compressor, turn it up 14.8 gain, and multiband is turned on. Splitter, low high, hyper dimension is going on the highs, and phaser is going on the highs, like earlier. Hyper mix is at 23, LFO's on it, going up 39. Phaser mix at 48, frequencies at 2241. We're going to add this filter at the end to do some final cleaning. You heard it was kind of dirty, a little staticky, and then this filter is going to carve out more. So MG-Low 6 cutoff is at 55 hertz. Add LFO1 to it and go up 56%. Resonance is 3%, and we're going to go up 25% with the LFO. Which will carve out more high frequencies and make it wub even more. So like made it loud, cleaned it up, made it loud again, cleaned it up. Just sine waves, and you could really do a lot with this one. This sync knob is here so that you can turn it up. You can make your own wub. So with the sync knob, you can have fun and experiment and see what sounds good in your song. Right now, we just left it all the way down. Then we're going to add post-processing to this signal. Add the company OTT. This is the low high rack that you saw earlier, doing the same thing. EQ8, doing a little boost here, 2.8 dB. And then this is at 4.59, this high shelf. Add this reverb, 8.7%, 593 decay. And G-clip to finish it off. This luff meter will be here too. Now this signal is a little bit muddy. If you turn down the saturator on the lows or turn down the lows, you can definitely start to clean this up. I left it as is and I just bounced it. I hit Command B and it basically did this. Now I made a cut right here. And in the original, they make it go fast and then go to the 16th. So I got this and I basically, so if I grab one of these warp markers, I can move it and I can start to shift it. Kind of do something like that. And then I'll zoom in, I'll grab this and I'll move it to the right and then to the left and do this crossfade so it doesn't click. So I kind of do a little freeform speed and then go back to normal. On the actual group, we're just going to add this EQ8 and we're going to turn up the highs, 5.5 dB. Cool, now let's listen in context. I'll also add a G clip here too, just to finish it off. Remember that preset will also be in the Patreon. Next is going to be this yoi. The notes are E0, E0 to F0. Got G-clip, reverb, company OTT, and EQ8. Now this yoi is going to be really coming from the distortion downsample. We'll start with a sine wave, 2 sine waves. Oscillator B's +2, levels turned all the way down. Levels turned all the way down on oscillator A, and you add LFO1 to the level. And you can make this type of shape right here. We can change this however we want later to make our own flow and groove. You can add the sub to levels at 37, add the LFO to it. So this is how yours is going to sound. You're going to add filter 1 to it. High notch 12. Set the cutoff to 82, res to 63, frequency to 21, and then add the LFO to the cutoff going up 25 and to the frequency going up 17. You'll get this movement, this shape, and this sound. Boom. The distortion is on downsample. The drive is so powerful. It's at 69% naturally. We get that yoi. We can move this wherever we want. But somehow I landed on 69 naturally, you know, casually. That's how we do. Compressor on, gain 8 dB. Just turning up the signal now. Compressing it, balancing out frequencies. We're on multi-band as well. Splitter low high goes on the highs only. We get it wide. So we had the hyper and the phaser once again. Mix 29, this mix 41, and then this frequency is at 119. Finishing off that yoi, adding the EQ8, boosting lows, turning up highs. Compressing that signal, once again, company OTT, Old Faithful. A little bit of reverberation station, decays at 593, and dry and wet's 15%. Oof, and then G-clip. I wish I had the Young Thug vocal. I should have probably done that, but you know what it is, man. This is how we make them basses, like Levity. Don't forget, support me, get all this stuff here, get some extra behind the scenes footage, watch me make this from scratch, and get lots more content in my Patreon. We are going to go hard when we hit 10,000 subscribers. Lots of new types of videos coming. I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you super soon. Peace.